America now watching to see how many more days beyond where we are into a second month now with a partial government shutdown. 800,000 people hurting. The president signing legislation that they'll get back pay. But many of those contractors in the constellation around those government workers will not get that pay. That is traditionally how it works, and they are going without. So this is a broadened swath of people who are damaged as the government is shut down. If the president is given something that both houses of Congress agree on, will he sign it?
It depends what it says. He obviously has said that he wants people to be paid. And that they will be paid.
We got that, but will he sign something that doesn't have border wall funding as we get late in the game now? But a
Harris,
date
but that's not realistic. I'm sorry,
but a date certain
that's
to
just
talk
not
about
realistic.
It. That's
it's not border wall funding. It's border security. Look, if you don't have a physical barrier that people cannot crawl under, climb over, drive through, or walk around, then we don't really have border security. That's just false. What happened to all these Democrats who have made joyful noises and affirmative votes in favor of secure fences and barriers and indeed walls that already exist in the past? They're being disingenuous. They voted for the funding to put it there. They voted for the funding to renovate it more recently. They're just being petty and partisan, and we want them to come over. We need a bipartisan solution to what should be a nonpartisan problem.
Here we have Kellyanne Conway doing what she does best, running cover for her boss and attempting to convince a seemingly fed-up Faulkner Harris from Fox News that this temper tantrum from Trump isn't about the wall, that it's about border security. But given the fact that Democrats have today proposed legislation to allocate $5.7 billion for increased border security, including drones and refitting ports of entry, but no wall, her argument is, per usual, completely misleading. But Conway, of course, goes a step further. It's not just any barrier she's looking for. It's one that
people cannot crawl under, climb over, drive through, or walk around.
No problem. We'll just build it down to the center of the earth and up a mile or so, out into both oceans. What if we diverted every penny from healthcare, education, social security, highways and bridges, if this country was just a barren wasteland and our people left to suffer so that we could put every last dollar towards Trump's ego wall? Would that be worth it? Because money has to come from somewhere, and if we're gonna build our version of a medieval Great Wall of China, we're going to have to cut everywhere else. And for what? So far in 2018, the number of people who have been apprehended at the border whose names simply match a name on the terror watch list is a staggering 6. That's the crisis. That's the national emergency. That's why 800,000 federal employees are about to default on mortgage payments and school loans, why they're going to soup kitchens for meals as they continue to work without pay for over a month now.
We have great compassion for the workers. We have great compassion for the contractors. And as the president said, it could take 45 minutes, 15 minutes, or shorter if the Democrats would just come to the table, allow for the entire border security package, which includes so many things they pretended they wanted over the years, and get moving and reopen the government.
First of all, nothing says we have great compassion for our federal workers and contractors like holding them hostage for the border wall. The new Democratic House's first move was to introduce legislation to reopen the government. The Senate already approved legislation that would reopen the government. This isn't a partisan impasse. This is a temper tantrum by Trump because the far-right agitators that he takes his cues from, like Ann Coulter and Rush Limbaugh, got pissed off at him for not delivering on his most abhorrent agenda item.
And the worst thing that could happen is to not have the State of the Union in Congress with everyone there on Tuesday so that the country can see everybody together working towards these solutions.
God forbid the country not see everyone together at the State of the Union. We wouldn't want to give the impression that our government lacks unity. If there is one thing you're certain to see, it's Nancy Pelosi not allowing Trump, the lower chamber, to host the State of the Union so he can spew propaganda to his base. If he wants his coveted airtime, he'll have to reopen the government first and stop holding American families hostage for a border wall that nobody wants.